what I just explained. Okay. So now we have this guy here, a minus 10 question mark a plus plus and then b plus plus. Right. So we're now combining
A1, right?
ternary with incrementers. Okay. Now I say C's out, right? I say A B C actually I don't need this one here. C. Now what's gonna be the result of this?
You have
to
A1
the first line, they have A1.
Right.
Back to line 56.
Right. Yes. So what's gonna be the result of that?
A1,
1, 1.
2.
What is the value of A1?
2.
That makes
1,
sense.
because the increment is after.
Yeah, but you print it. You print it.
You're printing, yeah.
It prints is 2. So that
B
makes
is,
sense, right?
B is 1.
And C?
And C is 1.
Okay, let's print it. You see? So this prints. Okay. You use A1, right?
Right.
You use it, but when you print it, it has a value of 2. Remember, you use it and then increment it. When it gets to the point when you just print it, it has a value of 2 already. All right? You use it as 1, but you print it as 2. Okay? Right. So this one returns 2, 1, 1. See? Perfect. So you guys understand this?
Yeah, and B++ never executes, so B is always 1.
Correct.
Yes.
So this one never executes because this is true. So this is the value that's going to be here, and this is never executed. So there you go. All right. This is the one that is only incremented. The other ones, B continues to be 1. Right. Okay. And of course, this C gets a value of 1 because you use it as value 1, but you print it as 2. Right? This A1 here. All right, so let's continue. Now we have int D equals 1, int E equals 2, and int F equals 3, right? Now we say if D less than 10, then we say F equals D++ less than 1, question mark, E++, and then F++. Okay. Else, F equals D plus E, right? Minus 2, less than 2. This, we say D++ or E++. Okay, so now we say C's out, D, E, and F. Okay, So what is the result of D, E, and F?
Two, and 3.
That makes absolute sense. Okay, so if we just print it, we get 2, 2, and 3. Very good. Okay, so can you explain that? Whoever answered, I think it was Dieva, right?
Yes.
Dieva, can you explain that?
Well, D is minus 10, so F.
So this is true, right?
Yes.
Okay,
The
so
first if is true, and the second ternary is false because D is not minus 1, is 1. So E is the same value, 2, and F is 3. F finally is 3.
okay, so we
And D,
yes,
yeah, D is used, and then is 2
printed.
in the yeah, okay, exactly.
Yeah, so this becomes 2, right?
Yes.
And 1 is not greater than 1.
No.
Sorry, 1 is not less than 1. So this is this one, right?
Yes.
And this F is
2. It's 3. Sorry.
3. Okay, so
I use F, and then I increment that. But in the print is 3 because F get 3.
because
And then
remember this is 3, right?
exactly.
And you use it and then you increment it. But
Exactly.
this 3 is assigned to F. That's it. You don't do anything else.
Yes.
So it's 3. Do you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay, so 3. And then D becomes what? 2, right?
2.
Because it is used as 1, but then when you print it, it becomes 2.
Exactly.
And E continues to be 2 because this is never evaluated.
Exactly.
Okay? So that's why we get 2, 2, and 3. Okay. So this will print 2, 2, and 3. Okay. Guys, you understanding?
Ah, yes, Professor.
You want to see it clearly? Clearly? So I can do this, and I do this, right? And I see this out, F, right? Now if I print it, F is 3. Because this F is used and then incremented. But when you use it, you assign it to F. That's it. It died there. Right? And then this F stays with 3. You don't increment it to 4. Okay?
When I evaluate a variable, I can increment it. If not evaluate, I can increment it, this value.
Yes.
You make the first equation G equal D plus plus, and then declare G to be something, int G equal G.
Which one is that?
No, I'm just asking you if you could do this. So int F equal 3, semicolon, and then int G. Just declare a variable called G.
Okay, G.
I mean, George. No, wait, on the top.
Here.
Underneath F. Yeah, right there.
And what value do we give it?
Just give it 0.
Okay, what
Okay,
it wants.
now, and then F equal G plus plus less than 1, change the F to G.
This one?
No, up. There.
Like
Change the F to G. I'll run it. No. Leave the G. Leave the second G. Change the second G to F. Exactly. And then run it again. That's what I wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
You're assigning to a different variable.
Yep.
What?
So if it's assigned to the same variable, it keeps the value?
Right.
Original value?
Then, as you're not assigning
I don't see it.
As you're not assigning to a different variable, then F is printed incremented.
Yeah,
But
G is 3
as you
and
have
F is
here,
4.
F here, then F is assigned and it dies there. It doesn't do anything.
So F equal F plus plus. Let's say you do F equal F plus plus. What is it going to evaluate to? To the value of the original value of F? Uh-huh.
Like
Uh-huh. F? Uh-huh. Ah.
because
Very
you're assigning to it, you're assigning to the same variable. But if I do this H,
The operator equal is most priority, have most priority that plus plus operator, okay? It's for that.
okay,
You first assign and then incrementing.
yeah. Okay, remember you're reassigning here. That's the problem. Even when you create a new variable, you keep the 3. You see here? You're reassigning. You're reassigning to the same variable. That's what happens. Here you're creating a new variable and it keeps the 3. Right?
All this is about the priority of the operators.
Yeah. Okay. So now, this is the last one of this particular section. Let's do another one. Okay. And now let's do a switch statement. This is another one that is very popular. Okay. And this is very useful when it comes to evaluating one single value. If you have like, if H is greater than 10 and H is less than 20, then you can now use a switch statement and you will understand why. Okay, so let's see switch statement. Okay, and now I can say, this is out, sorry, PSVM. And then I can say int day of the week. Okay. And then it initializes the 0. Okay, good. So I can say switch, and this is anatomy of switch. Day of the week, you're gonna evaluate that guy. Then you say just open curly braces like you would do with if statements, right? And it would say case. If it is 0, right? If it is 0, then a D is out, right? I say Monday. Okay, just the days of the week. Okay, no problem, man. I would do more cases. Don't worry. Okay, then I have to use a break statement because I don't want the other ones to be printed. I want just this one to be printed. Now I'm gonna do another case, and I'm gonna say 1, right? If case is 1, then I'm gonna say this is Tuesday. Okay, we're starting the days from 0. Okay, let's say break. We say case 2. Sorry, case 2. We say Wednesday. This is similar to a if, elif, not a live, to an if, else if,
else.
and else. Same. Okay? We're going to have one that is true if it is not the other one, and then we're going to have a default one at the end. Okay? But this is for only one value. Okay? For only one value. Here, we can say if the test score is greater than 90 and test score is less or equal to 100, you see, you can evaluate 2 times here, 2 different evaluations. We cannot do that with switch cases. Okay? Switch cases, we can do exactly this because it's only one. Okay? So we continue putting cases here until we get to the end. We could have break here, right? Right? Say case 4. And then we say this is out Thursday. Okay. We say break. And then we say case 5. Right? This is out Friday. We say break. Case 6. Case 6. And this is out Saturday. Okay, perfect. We say break. And then, did I jump any number here?
You're missing 3. You jump from 2 to 4.
Oh, that's why it didn't make sense to me. And then we say 4, right? And then we say default weekend. Okay, something like this. And of course, this break here is optional. Okay, so I can put it, I think here. Now, if I just print this, what do you think it's going to print? What is the case that is similar
Monday.
to this one?
Monday.
On the right? Makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now if I just run this, I get Monday right here. Okay, but look at this. If I don't have this break here, looks what's going to happen. Monday and Tuesday. You see, you don't want that because 0 is for Monday, not for Monday and Tuesday. If I don't have this break here, what do you think is going to happen? You see, so the break statement is important. Break word, keyword there. That prevents the other statements from being printed when you find a true value here. Okay? So that's how the switch case works. We're going to have another case after the break. Guys, do you have any questions? No?
No.
Okay. So let's break until, what time is it? Until 7:12. Okay, guys, we continue.
Okay.
Okay. So we have another case here. So we have the random class, right? We're gonna use the random class to produce a random number. Let's go to rand, a new rand. So we're gonna create an object of the class random. Okay. Now we say int, say so because we're expecting an integer. We can say rand next int. Okay, and then we're gonna say 26. Okay. So that's gonna produce 26 letters of the alphabet. So we're gonna put this A here just to have, this is to offset, just adding offset to produce lowercase letters. Okay. So this is adding offset to produce lowercase letters. Let us just print this out. See, let's see what happens. We have 99, 105. Okay. Now those numbers we're gonna convert it to chart. That's why we're gonna get a chart. Okay. So now we can say system sys out. We can say chart, right? Chart. We're just casting this. Say C plus, right? And then we can say plus C plus. Let's see what that prints. Right. So we're producing the letter and the number. So this number is letter, it's the L. Okay. So we can do another one. We get a C, 99. We get a 102, 102, 98. So if you take a look in Slack, right, we see that I printed, I think somewhere here. What's the ASCII code table? Did I put it somewhere here?
Nope.
Right, that's correct, Mulek. But still, the object was to have that no quotation there. Okay, that is correct. Good catch. Okay, so where did I put that? Did I put somewhere? Okay, let me check here. Maria, remember the link that you posted? Maria, you there?
Oh, sorry.
Remember the link that you posted about this restart program?
Yes, did you see your picture?
98, one moment, 98 is B, right? Here, B, 98. So this is the ASCII code, okay? Now, if you take a look at the program, Maria. Let me see.
No, I posted it because your picture was there. Did you see a picture?
Oh, I thought you didn't realize that. Okay. Yes, I teach in that class in the morning.
Oh,
Right.
what
So,
you were going to say? I'm sorry. What you were going to say?
I was going to say that I was there.
Oh, yes. I saw
Okay,
you.
so we're getting C, right? Now, if I say switch C, and I say case A, then I say nothing, right? And I say case B, nothing. And I say case C, nothing. And then I say case, sorry. So guys, what are we looking for here? What are we looking for here? What are we looking to print here? What does this look like?
It's looking to print the vowels.
The vowels, right? So we can say this out, vowel. And by the way, you can do this, right? You can have cases, multiple cases here for only one print. Okay? So all of these guys will be true, man. If this is true, you get this. If this is true, you get this. If this is true, you get this. You know, like that. Okay? Now we put a break here because we want to finish that case. And then we're going to have case Y. And then case W. And then we say, sorry, it's only one quote. Okay. And then we can say sys out, sometimes a vowel. Okay. And then we say break it. And then we say default. What do you think is going to happen with the default? What is it if it is not A, E, I, O, U, or W, or Y? What do you think is going to be?
Consonant.
So you say consonant. Okay, can we try it? So we just say this. What do we get? Consonant. Okay, so maybe we got a P here, right? Maybe we can put here, probably we can do C, right? Plus, and then equal here. Okay. We can do C here, plus, and then equal here. And we can do C here, C, and then plus, and then equal here. All right. So to make it more clear. So we got here, we got 122. Well, then we have to put a chart here. We have to cast it. Right. Now, if I just run it, I get N is a consonant, right? S is a consonant, L is a consonant, C is a consonant, J is a consonant, S is a consonant, 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 consonant. Come on, give me a vowel. A is see? And then we continue this consonant. Let's say we get a W or a Y.
The more consonants and vowels, that's why.
Yeah. Give me a W or a Y.
You get to statistics now.
Give me a vowel, a W or a Y. Yes, right there. Sometimes I got it. Okay. So we got it, guys, right? You understand it? What we do here?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So we have another one. We say int x equals 4, right? And we say switch and then we say X. Case 4, we say, what if we say case X? You see, I cannot use a variable here. I have to use a constant. You see, constant expression required. Okay, I can use a case K, right? I can use that. And how about this one? Can I use this? No, because it is requiring int and you provided a string. So this won't compile. Okay.
What about case 3 plus 4?
You see, constant expression required. So just give me 1 second, Maria. This does not compile because a constant expression is required. Okay. Let us put a case 3 plus 4. You see? But you put in numbers, right? So she's out. 3 plus 4, right? Let me put 7 here. Let's see what happens. 7. Okay. Right? But you need constants. You cannot say, you see, with this you get a problem here, right? All right. So this is it for this one. Let's see the while loop now. The while loop. Let me create another class. And let me call it while loop. Okay. A while loop is just repeatable code. Okay, guys? We're just using repeatable code. We're just looping through a list of numbers or a list of names. We're just looping. It's like a cycle, you know, a cycle. And let's see how it works. So we say int space on odd equals 5. Right? So we say while space on odd is greater than 0, as long as it is true, right? As long as it is true, space on whole, minus, right? And then we're gonna say space hold, space on odd, equals space on odd. Okay, so let me just run this, and this is what we get. You see, you're just looping as long as this is true, right? When it becomes false, it exits the loop. So it's gonna be looping and looping and looping, and at the same time, it's gonna be decrementing this. So you start with 4, the next time because 4 at 5, next time becomes 4, next time becomes 3, next time becomes 2, next time becomes 1. Still true here. Next time becomes 0. When it comes here, it says 0 greater than 0. That's false, and then it exits the loop. All right. So it's gonna be evaluating this Boolean expression all the time. For every iteration, it's gonna be evaluating that, and this is gonna be decrementing. So they start with 5. then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. And when it becomes 0, then X is the loop. Because 0 is not greater than 0. Okay? Like it says here. So do you guys understand this? This little structure here?
Yes, Professor.
Okay. So let's see this. Right? Let's see another one. Let's say int x equals 2. Int y equals 5. And then we say while x is less than 10, then we say x y equals means not what plus plus and x plus plus, right? And now I'm gonna say sys out x equals x and y equals y. So what do you think? So it's gonna be evaluating this guy here, and 10 is gonna be, I mean, this guy's 2 is gonna be incrementing until it gets to 10, and then it becomes false. Because right now, x equals 2 is true. And as long as x is less than 10, it's gonna be looping and looping, looping, and at the same time, it's gonna be incrementing this guy. Okay? So what do you think is gonna be the value of y when it ends and the value of x? Just think about it, because you will have questions like this one in your exam.
Could you repeat, please?
Okay, what is going to be at the end of the loop when it exits the loop? What's going to be the value of y and what's going to be the value of x?
In the screen or in the code?
Yeah, the code, yes. When it printed.
When x give 9, he increment to 10 and then get out of the while.
So let's run it. Let's see.
Y will be 13 and X is 10.
Okay. So what's going to happen here is that in the first iteration, right? First iteration, right? Y is going to be 6, where x is going to be 3, and y is going to be 6. Okay, so x is going to be 3 and y is going to be 6. You see here, x is 2 is going to become 3, and y is 5 is going to become 6. Next iteration, you guys, you tell me.
Can you move the sys out inside the bracket? So every time it runs through it, it will print it out.
You mean inside the bracket?
Yeah. Move the sys out that you have outside the bracket, inside the bracket. So every time it goes through the while loop.
I have it outside. I have it outside.
I know, but can you bring it inside?
Yes, I will put it inside. Let me finish with this.
Okay.
X equals 4 and y equals 7, right? And then next iteration, x equals 5 and y equals 8, right? Next iteration, x equals 6 and y equals 9. Next iteration, x equals 7 and y equals 10. Next iteration, x equals 8 and y equals 11. Next iteration, x equals 9 and y equals 12. And the next iteration, which is number 8, x equals 10, right? When it prints here is 10, and then y equals 13. And then when it comes back to the next iteration, it says that this is false. X is the loop, and it doesn't do anything else. Okay? So we can just
Sorry, Professor. It does the iteration number 8 because in the statement is while x is less than 10, the iteration 8 will be x is equal to 10. It will do that iteration?
and not no. When it becomes false, when it becomes 10, it becomes 10
false.
here. It becomes 10 here, right?
Okay.
But it has a 10 already value. The value is already 10. And then it comes here and it becomes false. X is a loop, but x already has a 10 value.
Okay. Okay.
That's why I printed here,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
If you move the 6 out, you will be able to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, I want to see it now.
If you move the 6 out
Yeah.
inside the bracket.
Yeah, I will put it now. X equals X, and then Y equals Y. But I will put it in between. Okay? Like this. Okay? So you can see it better. Okay? So let me print this. You get a different value because it's printing as it goes. You know, like you see here, 7-4, like I did 8-5, 9-6, 10-7, 11-12, 12-9, 13, and Y. You see? But I need to put it, this way so you guys can see it exactly as I printed for me. Okay? So I can do this way, and then you get the same value as before. You see the first iteration is X like this. Okay? But you want to see it better, I can do this, right? And Y equals Y. And then I'm going to put this here. Let's see it now. You see here? Exactly the same. Okay? All right, so I can have a counter here. Let's say int counter, and it begins with 1.
For the
Right.
iteration.
And I can say here, counter,
Mhm.
and then I can say iteration, right? Similar to this, what I did here, right? Look at this, beautiful. Okay, so I'm doing exactly the same. And then when I come here, I will increment counter. Okay, so I can say counter plus plus.
Can you do it in the same 6 out?
Yes, I have to. Where? In the sense is out.
Different. In the sysout, you can do it in the sysout, right? If you do counter plus plus,
No, I do
the
outside.
sysout.
Outside. So now if I do this, I get the same thing here. Just like I did before. Beautiful, huh? Same thing. Okay. Do you guys understand it better? Hey guys, do you understand it better?
Yes.
Okay, so it will be looping here until this 10, this Boolean expression becomes false. Remember, when it becomes 10, it has a value of 10, then it exits when it comes back. But the X already has a value of 10. So be careful with that. Okay? So we continue now. Now we do another one. We say int A equals 5 and int B equals 7. Okay? And then we say while A is greater than 6, B equals plus 2 and A plus plus, right? And then outside, we say A equals A greater than 6, question mark A plus plus, column B plus plus, B minus, whatever. Okay? Now I come here and print this out, and I say A plus B plus A plus B. So what do we get here, guys?
5, 6, and 11.
Nope.
Why not?
What do you think? Let's print it. Seven, 6, and 13.
7.
So
Why?
so guys, A is not greater than 6. So this will never
Yes.
execute. This will never execute. Okay. Right? So A is smaller than 6. Right? So the while loop will never execute. Right?
Only the second part will execute.
While loop will never
Oh.
execute. So be careful with that. So this is just bogus thing. This doesn't make sense because this is not true ever. Okay? So what counts is this guy. Okay? So A is not greater than 6, so that becomes false, right? It means that this guy is the guy that's going to be evaluated. Okay? So A is going to be equals B, right? Which means that A is 7. Remember, first use, then decrement, right? Now, B minus, I'm sorry, that's going to be the same as B equals B minus 1. And that's going to be B equals 6. So now the values that we get is 7. Then we get 7 plus 6. and that's just going to be 13. Right? So this value here is going to be 13. Right? So A equals 7, like we said before. B equals 6. And A plus B equals 13. That's why you get 7, 6, and 13. Interesting, eh? Be careful with this, guys. This is to confuse you. Evaluate that. This will never be true. That's why none of this is executed. This is not even, considered. It's immediately ignored when this becomes false. Okay? So it jumps to this and it does all the calculation here. Remember that this is false. That's why it jumps to this guy. Now this B here is used and then decremented. B is going to be, which is, B is 7, right? Right here. B is going to be assigned to A. A already have 7. Now B is decremented. Then B equals 6. Then 7 plus 6 is 13. That's why this addition here becomes 13. Got it? Do you guys understand it?
Yes.
Okay, this while loop will never execute when the evaluation is false. This will never execute when the evaluation is false, when the expression is false. So it will not guarantee execution unless this is false. This is true, I'm sorry. Now we're gonna see another guy. It's the do while. Do while. So what is the difference between the do while and the while? The do while, the difference is that at least one time will be executed. So it guarantees that at least one execution will happen. With while, there's no guarantee, right? If the evaluation is false. But with do while, at least once it will be executed. So let me bring this guy. This is similar to the while loop, but the syntax is a little different, right? So we say int a equals 0, right? And now we say do, right? Do, and the while goes at the end. That's why it's called a do while. And then we say false, right? Now we say a plus plus, right? Now if we print this and say a equals a, what do you think is going to be the value of a?
1.
Let's print it. 1. But you see, guys, there's nothing that has to be evaluated at the beginning. So at least once it will be executed. When it comes down here, this is false, so it will execute only once because this is already false here. With the while loop, if the evaluation right off the bat is false, then nothing inside will be executed. So the use case is, guys, if you want to use a loop that at least executes once, then you use the do while, right? That's the main difference. And of course, in the while loop, you have while, right? Like while, and then the Boolean expression, right? And then the block, right? In the case of the do while, you have do, the block, the while, and then the Boolean expression. Right? And put the, yes. All right? That's what it is. Write your code here. All right? Code here. Right? So if we do this, y false, that doesn't work, right? Because it would never execute. But with true, it works because at least it guarantees that it works, right? So this guy does not compile. This guy does not compile. Okay. Now let's have another one. Say int x equals 20. Right? I would say while x is greater than 10, right? We can say x minus minus, and then we say c's out, x equals x. So what do you think that we get here?
Ten.
10?
Why 10?
10,
Yes.
right? So we can simply say this out, this out, like probably this guy here. Right? Okay. Right? So it starts from 19 and it decreases until it gets to 10. And then x equals 10. Okay. Now if we have x2 equals 20. Right? Sorry, I have to say int x2 equal 10. Then I say do x minus minus, and then while x2 is greater than 10. So what do you think is going to happen here? And guys, you're understanding why you're not.
And then print.
Huh?
And then.
Yes, print. Sorry. x2 equals 2. All right, so you understand that we're not using any curly braces here because we are in the same line.
But is x2 or x only? In the do, yeah.
Yeah. So what do we get here?
11.
10.
10.
Yeah. So we can say here, this out. Let me put here, let me put here this. So, and I can put here x2.
Because x2, when it's 11, it'll stop because then it becomes 10, and when it goes to the loop, since it's greater, then that's when it stops, right?
Right. So we say here, and then we print this, guys, and then when it gets to 10, then it stops.
Right.
Remember, it begins to decrease here, and when it gets to this guy, before it loops, and then when it's 10, then it is out. But x2 is already 10.
Right.
Okay? Remember, evaluation happens at the end, not at the beginning, like it is here. Okay? So it will print it and then evaluate here. It doesn't have to go back to this loop. All right? So basically, we did the same thing with the while loop and the do while. We did the same thing. Okay? Similar. The only difference is that this has to be true to start. I can have here probably 0, and then still it executes. You see? Right? So it does. But if I have a 0 here, what happens? What happens? The while loop
Zero.
It doesn't execute.
will never be executed.
Right.
Yes.
So with the do while, it doesn't matter. At least once. It executes once. Okay? So let me put it back to 20. Okay? And now I can have the same output here. So now we have another one. Int y 10. So we continue. And now I see that y is incremented here, right? So now we say z equals 2, plus equals 2, and then y equals 10. Now we print this, say this out. We say x equals x plus y equals y plus c equals c. So what do you think, guys, that's going to print here?
7 and 30.
7 and 30.
Yes.
Let's do it. You see, here, when you get to this, x or y will be 20. And then when it finishes here, y equals 30. Okay. After you added these numbers here. Remember that this is the same as this, y equals y plus 10. Right? So that will be 20 plus 10, and then that will be 30. Okay, that's why y becomes 30. So c will be 5, right? But when you add 2, that is the same as 5 plus 2, and that will be 7. So C equals 7. And this is the same as Y equals 30. And of course, X would be 10. Right? It came from the other side, from here. Right? Right? So the core functionality is here. So finding the 20 here, right? So Y is 10, but it's going to loop 10 times. So 10 plus 10 is 20. That's why Y equals 20. Let's do one more. One more. And let's say int number equals 10. Right? While a number is greater than 10, the number minus minus, right? And then we say do number minus minus, and then we say while number greater than 5, we say number 2, and we come here say while, this is the while of the do, okay? 10, and then we say this out, number equals number. What do you think? What do you think is going to be the value of number here?
The first one is not going to run.
5.
You think it's 5?
Yes.
So this one is absolutely false.
Yes.
Mhm.
Right? So it begins with this one. And it says number minus 9, minus 1. Then here number becomes 9. Right?
Yep.
And then it says if number is greater than 5, that's true, right? Then number here will become what? The first iteration number will be 7. Right? Now number is greater than 10?
Nope.
No.
False. Right? Then we're gonna exit.
Sorry, Professor.
Go ahead.
You need.
Yeah, I know. So this number becomes 7, right? It becomes 7. Then it loops back
Yes.
again. I said 7 is greater than 5. Then the second
Yes.
is gonna be number
5.
equals 5, right? And then this becomes false, and then loops this. It exits this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also we exit this one because 5 is not greater than 10.
Right.
So what is the number? What is the number value?
5.
Let's
5.
print it. There you go. Guys, you need me to go over again? Over again?
Nope.
The rest of the class, do you understand? I have 14 students in class and only 2 per people are talking, or 3 or 4. The rest of the class, do you understand this?
Yes.
What happened here? Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so let's do another one. Let's do a for loop now, a for loop. Okay. Okay, for loop. Now let's bring this guy. Right? And then we have the for loop. The structure is a little peculiar. We start declaring a variable, right? Let's see, I equals 0, right? And then we say if I is less than 10, right? Then we say, even though you see in this order, this is not the order that it works. Okay, so if we say this out, I say I equals I. Okay, so I'm printing I. So the way it works is I begins with the value of 0. Then it says if I is less than 10, I print this, and then I increment it. So it goes back, I is going to be 1. So 1 is less than 10. That's true. I implement it. I just increment, I print it, and then I increment it. And then I come back, says 2, I equals 2. 2 is less than 10. That's true. And then I print this, and then I increment it. That's 3. And then it's going to print that way. So if I just run this guy, right, I print from 0 to 9. Okay? So I is going to be incrementing and incrementing and incrementing. Okay? Again, 0 is going to be the first value. This is going to be true, right? Because I, which is 0, is less than 10. I print this, and it's going to be 0, right? Then it increments it. Now the value of I is not 0 anymore. Now it's 1, right? Then it comes here, and this becomes true because 1 is less than 10. And I print 1, and it says I equals 1. Then it increments it. It goes back and says 2 is less than 10. That is true. Then it prints and it gets I equals 2. When it gets to 9, right? When it gets to 9, it comes here, printed the 9, increments it, it gets 10. When it comes here, 10 is not less than 10. It exits the loop. Do you guys see it?
Yes.
Yes.
So it increments it
Yes.
before evaluating, right? This is the order. I equals a value, Boolean expression, print or code execution, and then you increment it. Or it can be like this, depending on whatever option you have, right? So in this case, it's I plus plus, right? So that's the way it is. Okay. Here, let's have a new line. This is a new line, right? Okay, this prints a new line. It's a new line. So, right? I could have done this easily, okay? I could have done this easily. I could have done sysout, but instead of using ln, because ln, what it does is put a new line, right? I can do this. I plus, and then space next to it. So this is going to print all the numbers next to each other. Okay? So if I print this, I get this guy. You see? Okay. You see? All the numbers next to each other. When you have print only, it prints it next to it. When you have print ln, that prints a new line. Okay? So you break it to the next line. Okay? So this will print good. So let's have another one. We have int a equals nothing. I don't just declare it. And then I have 4. And now here I can say a because it's already declared, right? I can say a 0 like here. if I declared that variable before, I just have to put I. Because if I put this, guys, this is very important. In the exam, they can do this. Okay? Now, I know that it's an error because I have IntelliJ with me. But in the exam, you may not have it. You will not have it. So be careful. If the variable is already declared here, you cannot declare it again. So you have to use the name of the variable. Okay? That's called assignment. Okay, so if A is less than 10, and then you do A plus plus, and then we do this. And we say A plus space. Okay? It's very similar to what we did before. Okay? But now you're just printing with ln, but let me remove this guy here so we can have them one next to each other. So we have another line here. Okay? So two different ways. You can declare the variable inside the for loop or outside, and then just refer to that variable by the variable name. Okay? Okay, so we have this guy here. And then maybe I can just do this, probably. Why not? Put a line here and says this out. I can say after for loop A equals, and then A. Okay. So I can have this A equals 10. Okay. Why? Why is it equal 10?
That's what it added up to.
And then increment it.
Right, because it just incremented it and then it became false. But I, as it is declared outside, we can access it here. Can we access this I?
Nope.
Because it's inside the for loop, right? But this one is declared outside. So it's accessible from outside the for loop. Okay. Now, guys, if I do this, what do you think is going to happen? This is valid code, okay? What do you think is going to happen here? You don't know?
It should just print out hello, right? Or
Well, let's see it.
oh, infinite loop.
You see, this is an infinite loop.
Because there's no trigger to stop it.
Right. Nothing stops it. There's no Boolean expression. There's nothing. So it's going to be printing that. What if I do this? Hello. The first time it prints it, it breaks it.
It breaks out of the for loop.
Right? So this guy will print an endless or infinite loop. Right? Now we have another one here. Int x equals 0. And there's a 4. Guys, take a look at this. This is interesting what's coming next. 4. Integer y, int y equals 0. Don't let yourself be impressed, okay? Z equals 4. X less than 5 and y less than 10, and then x equals, and y, not equals plus plus, and then y plus plus. I would say C's out, y equals y. What do you think? Remember the if statements that you need to have true and true to be true, right? So take a look at this. What do you think is the value of y? And then when you go out, what do you think is the value of x? What do you think?
Zero to 4.
Well, why would we?
And x.
Will be 4 and x will be 4.
0 to 4.
Let's print it.
Wow. Oh,
0 to
yeah.
0 to 4. Okay.
Yeah.
So y is gonna be from 0 to 4.
Yes.
X is gonna be 5.
5.
Yeah, x will be 5.
Right?
Right.
Because you are basically looping 4 times, but the 5th time, x equals 5, and then this becomes false.
Yes.
Remember that when one side is false, the other one is not even evaluated.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then x is a loop, but x already holds a value of 5. Okay, guys? So don't let yourself impress with this. Just be calm, cautious, and have it there. Okay? Got it? So let's do one more. Okay, let's have another one. One moment.
Yes.
Let's have this one. For long z equals 0, and then z less than 10, c plus plus. And then we say, okay, there we're not printing anything. We're just saying that it's valid to use a long as well, okay? So in this one, we can have another one at say for double. It's not common to see this, okay? But it's possible too. xy equals 0.0, right? And then xy less than 10.5, and then xy 0.5. Okay, this is also valid. Guys, we're not printing anything here, just for you guys to see that this is valid. Okay, this one is not valid. For long z equals 0, and then equals 0, and then we say int equals int d equals 4. Okay, that's not correct. Okay, and then we say z minus 10, and then z plus plus, and then d plus plus. Okay, that is not correct. Why? Because you cannot declare 2 variables at the same time here. You can declare 2 variables, but with only one type, like long, z, and z. Okay, like only one time here, not 2 variables like this. So here we said in y and z. You know, this is like saying this, but that's incorrect. Okay, what you can have is separated by comma, like this, 2 different types. That doesn't exist. Now, if we remove this, that is valid. okay? Because this is a long too. It's like when you declare a variable, right? This does not compile. It's when you declare a variable, you can say int 10, sorry, int A or int G equals 10, and then H equals 12. That is valid, right? Because this int is good for both, for G and H, right? This is also valid if you say this. That's also valid because this is like having two lines. It's like doing this. Same thing. But when you have separated by comma, you can have this. Okay? So this is valid. Okay? So this will not compile. Okay? Are you guys understanding this?
Yes.
Okay? Okay? I have another thing here, but I don't want to mix module 3 with 4. It's not long, it's just short. Okay? Maybe I can print it. Okay, not a problem. I can do here, and then I can say, I can call this, just talk about concatenation, string concatenation, okay? This is part of module 4 already, you know, concatenation. Okay? So I can do this. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah. So now we can say string text, okay? And we say hello. Hello. Right? And we say string, another text, and we say new string hello. Okay, this is not necessary, but we just, for the sake of practice, we're just creating an object with this new word. This is an object too, right? Because string is a class, right? But we're creating, you know, this string here like we typically do with object creation, okay? So now I can say, right, this out, I can say 2 plus 3. What do you think we're gonna get here? What's the result of this? Guys, this is just a demonstration how you create a string, okay? What is the result of this?
Yeah.
Which one? Guys, what's going on?
So you concatenate 2 plus 3?
Are you sure?
Oh.
5. It's 2 numbers.
Oh, okay.
You added 2 numbers, right?
Yep.
How about this one?
AB.
AB.
AB?
AB.
AB, right? Right there, AB. How about this one?
Nope.
You get 3D.
3D. Good. So this one returns 5. This one returns AB. And this one returns 3D. Okay, how about this one?
D3.
D12.
12. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, the compiler thinks that this is a concatenation. So this returns D12. Okay, so for that to return D3, you have to do this.
Parentheses.
And then now you have D3.
Is that because it started with a string at first compared to?
Correct. If you
this
put the
one?
string at the end, it would just add these numbers and concatenate the string.
Oh, okay.
If you put the string at the beginning, it will just think that this is concatenation and add all the numbers one next to the other. Okay? But it will not do the computation of 1 plus 2. Okay? Now we have another one, int 3 equals 3. And int 4 equals 4. Right? And now we say this out. And we say 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. What do you think is going to happen?
6, 4.
What's going on here?
Yeah, it'll be 6 and then 4. Yeah. 6.
Oh no, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4.
10.
Oh, this is not, okay. This is not string.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
6, 4.
So what do we get?
64.
64. Very good. So this returns 64. Okay. Now we have int number equals 10. Int another number equals 20. And then we say sys out. Sorry. Sys out. And we say result equals result. Right? Or actually is, so what do you think is going to happen here? Number plus another number.
That should be 30.
Okay? That's going to be what?
30? Well, let's say result equals 30. Result equals 10, 20.
Remember that when you put the string at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, right.
Okay? So for that 30, you have to do this. Okay? So let me put it this way. This returns, for you guys to understand, returns 10, 20. And then if you do this, then here we have 30, right?
Right. I was about to ask you that the question above the system out, where you have print line 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. If you were to put the 4 in the front, that would cause the same thing. It would
Correct.
come out as a string.
Because 4 is a string. So let's do it real quick.
And now that will come out as 4,123, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now we have another one. We have string equals empty string, right? And then we have 4 int I equals 0, and then I less than 10, right? And then we have I plus plus, and then we say str I. So what do you think we're gonna get there? And then if I do this, str. So what do you think we're gonna get?
Ten with 2 space.
You see it?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. It's just adding all the numbers from 0 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
And with the space next to it. Okay. It's just concatenating the string with the number. String with the number, string with the number. And then as the string is empty, let's say I put A here, A, then it's going to print A, 0, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All those numbers. All right. All right. I'll put an A here. It's going to print guys. Let's do one last to finish. We have string hello equals hello, string world equals world, and we say string hello world equals hello plus world. So this is out. Hello world equals hello. So what do you think is going to be printed?
Hello world.
Hello world, but how?
Hello world.
How?
Oh, with no space. It'll be
Unido.
straight with no space.
No space. No space.
Okay. You see no space, right?
Right.
But what if I print hello? What do we get?
Then how oh,
The same thing.
now spring just
Hello.
And if you say hello, it's going to be equal to hello world.
Oh, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello, right?
right.
Yes.
And then, okay, so that's easy. Hello world equals hello world. So this returns hello world, okay? One word, okay?
Yeah.
And this will return
Hello.
hello. All right, guys, was a long night, right?
No, not too bad.
We should, maybe we could have finished earlier, but we have the exams, okay?
Mhm.
We're gonna take exam module 3 on Wednesday, okay?
Okay.
Thursday.
Okay, guys? So
Okay.
continue studying, and don't forget, everything is gonna be in GitHub, and the video is gonna be online, okay?